Hi everybody, it's time for our lunch break musings. Um, no particular question as usual. I just like to read on the general energy around the country, what's going on, what's developing. I think that the current occupants about face on the e-files is smoke and mirrors. I believe that he's trying to work it so that it appears like he's gonna do what everybody wants, but there's gonna be something that's gonna gum up the works. He's gonna do something that kind of just really just kind of messes with everything. So I thought, okay, well, let's just take a general view here. Like I said, just the general temperature of what's going on. And the first card I got the High Priestess. And so that's, she represents following your intuition. Um, you intuitively know, even for those who aren't really plugged into their gifts, you get that kind of sick feeling in your gut that something's not right. And I think that's kind of where we're at right now is people are doing gut checks, and they're like, okay, this doesn't feel right, or oh yeah, well this feels like it's gonna go somewhere. So I feel like that's just Spirit's way of reminding us to use our intuition and be aware of what it is that we think and what we want. And then I got the Page of Wands. Now, Page of Wands, that's receiving messages, usually good news, so that would be nice. But that's the Page of Wands is that's the delivery of news, the delivery of what's happening. And so I think that's important. I think there's going to be some more stuff that comes out this week that's going to really kind of shake things up. And then I got, what is this? The Hanging Dragon. So this, of course, symbolizes things kind of in a status quo, kind of in a holding pattern. It could even go into stagnation and not moving forward. And I think that for a long time, even though there was a lot of stuff happening, we were kind of in that holding pattern. And it feels like what Spirit is saying here is we've been in this holding pattern. We've been waiting for a long time, and now everything's getting ready to come to light, and we won't just be hanging around and waiting for something to happen anymore. Oh, okay. And then I got the Two of Cups. Now, Two of Cups, that's usually symbolizes a new relationship or the reestablishment of an older relationship. Um, Now, that could be a romantic relationship, that could be a working relationship, a friendship relationship. I think it just what I feel like it's saying is that whatever it is that's going to start coming to light this week is going to facilitate new relationships starting to get to the bottom of all of this. I mean, look at MTG and Bobert and some of those who have completely turned against their party on this issue of the e-files. And there are others that are doing the same thing. And so we have to let them do what it is that they feel is right. Don't buy into oh, aren't they wonderful now? They're still who they were before. It's just that with with the one topic of the e-files, especially when it comes to women in Congress, there are a lot of women in power who were abused in some kind of way when they were younger. A lot of times that's what drives them to become women of power, because they don't want to feel like they are under the thumb of anybody ever again. And, oh wow, okay, and then I got the Three of Swords. Now that's heartbreak, that's in a sense kind of a betrayal of the heart. It feels like this is the current occupant. He's heartbroken right now because he's not only losing the people in Congress that that vote and move legislation the way he wants. More importantly, he's losing his base. You've got people making videos of burning their MAGA hats and their MAGA shirts, which is glorious for us, and it's a big step for them. And it's going to take a while for people, his people are waking up. Those of us not in MAGA or not on the far right, we have seen the grift from the beginning, and we're like, wake the hell up, what's wrong with you people? And it sorry to say, it took them getting hurt as well. It took them losing their privileges, right? For them to step back and go, wait a minute. Why are you doing this to us? We supported you. We've been there for you. And they're learning that he doesn't care. That's what it comes down to. He does not care. And so he feels heartbroken because he's losing his people. They feel heartbroken because they feel like they've been lied to, which they have been. And so you have a lot of people that were kind of on that side of the aisle that are now reevaluating what they know, and they're going back and they're listening to his crazy speeches, and they're looking at the things that he's tried to accomplish in this first year, or almost a full year of his presidency, and they're like, prices are not lower. My medical bills are getting ready to triple, quadruple, even more. It's crazy the amount of money we spend on medications when every other country in the civilized world pays a fraction of what we do. And it's time for people to wake up. It's not just the current occupant. He's just a handy tool that the elite are using. He had the charisma. He had he had it, whatever it can be. He had it and was able to draw people in and support him, even though he would contradict himself sometimes in the same sentence, much less in the same paragraph, and ramble and it, of course now it's becoming so obvious that he is experiencing some form of dementia, be it Alzheimer's or another form of it. But he is wasting away in front of our eyes, and his mind is gone, and that's kind of scary. That this is a person with the nuclear codes. That ought to make you sleep well tonight, huh? But people are waking up to him and going, wait a minute, we need to set things to rights, and I think that's going to happen with the midterms. I really feel like it's going to be another big blue tsunami wave that's going to just kind of knock them off their feet. And you have a lot of Republicans who have now come forward and said they're not running again. They're going to finish out their term, and then that's it. They're gone. Adios, goodbye. They're tired of dealing with this nonsense. And then the last card of the cup, of the deck, okay, let the cat out of the bag, I did say cup. We get the Nine of Cups. Now, that kind of symbolizes happiness, fulfillment. Um, all of our cups are lined up and they're there ready for us to use however we want to use them. And it's a show of abundance, of being together on things, of celebrating the joy in life. And considering that that comes right on the heels of the Three of Hearts, that says a lot, because that says that even though people have been really heartbroken over a lot of this stuff, in the end, we're going to all come out winners. We're going to all have our own wall of Nine of Cups, you know, and things will get better. That doesn't mean it's not going to get worse. I still think we've got a few more things coming that's going to kind of knock us like really off kilter. That's just the gut feeling I get on it. And but in the end, we're the ones celebrating. So that's it. That's all I got for today. I think it's kind of a mix of good and bad, which is kind of where everybody is right now. It kind of goes from news break to news break, incident to incident, as far as how people are feeling. But overall, generally overall, people they're starting to see the truth of him. And they don't like what they see. And so we just got to stick with it. And I think that we got to stick to our guns. We got to stick to our beliefs. We got to demand our rights. We've got to stand up for ourselves, because there may not be anybody standing up for you. I should know this. I'm in a MAGA state with MAGA leadership. I don't have anybody that represents me and my thoughts. It's quite depressing sometimes when you think about it. You know, if something were to happen to me, say, and suddenly I could not work anymore, you know, whatever, it's going to be really, really hard for me to get help in my state, because of the leadership that we have right now. Don't believe in helping people when they're down. They don't believe in helping people, period, unless it's somebody that's got a lot of money in their pocket. And then they're right there, you know, let us take care of it. So, like I said, overall, it's a good mix of bad and good, happy and sad. Things are moving quickly, and as more information comes out, that's going to affect how we feel about certain things. So just don't, I feel like Spirit is saying, don't jump the gun. Don't put your cart ahead of the horse, you know. As new information comes out, absorb it, learn it, store it away, so that when it's going to be your turn to speak about it, you've got all these notes, these emails, these videos, whatnot, right there for you to use to help you express what it is that you're feeling. That's it. That's all I got for today. Heads up, I did another interview with Evelyn from Life After Life. Wonderful channel, and we did an interview last night, so it'll probably take her a few days to get it, you know, to edit and put it together and release it online. And I'm hoping it came out well. I think it did. I feel like it did. There were some really good questions she asked that I had kind of a feeling on them, but I hadn't really thought them through. And so I was having to do that last night, and I think that kind of opened up my vision on how I see things going. So when it drops, I will certainly post it and let y'all know. In the meantime, y'all have a great day, and we will talk again tomorrow. Bye for now.